Welcome back to A Game of Fangs and Thrones. My name's Hannah. I write books and occasionally I read them too. I'm currently working on my third release, which is a dragon-inspired adventure. I wouldn't class it as romantasy, but there is a romance in it, and I love triangle. But my first two books, A Little Piece of Magic and From Witches and Wolves, are available on Amazon now. A Little Piece of Magic has been up for a while, and From Witches and Wolves will be released on the end of the month, and it is the 14th of February as I'm filming this. I have a couple of days off from the day job, so we're gonna make a coffee while I talk to you about my plans for this little weekend, because I don't go back to work until Wednesday. So I'm just gonna make a hot chocolate, a mocha from Hotel Chocolat. We're going to have a caramel matcha latte. I'll go get the milk. So I'm going to do this. Let's clear some space. So, in terms of where I am with Riders, which is my dragon series, I've lately at work, because it's been so quiet and I've got a lot of dead time, excuse me, because it's been so quiet at work, because I work as a receptionist, there's obviously going to be some time where not much is happening. So in that time I handwrite scenes and chapters and whatnot in whatever, and that's the lid. Most chaotic vlog of making a cuppa ever. Yes, because there is some time where it is quiet. I've been able to write at work. Put this back. And because it's been so quiet in one of the sites I look after, I was able to sort of write a whole chapter, which has happened before, but a chapter and a bit. Put that on and set that away. Right. So yeah, I was able to write a chapter, either chapter and a half or just under a chapter. I'm not sure. We'll see how it looks when we actually type it out. But I've been a little bit anxious, and with the scene that I'm about to write, the climax, it's a very emotional scene, and I am very connected to these characters. So I think writing this particular scene where something happens to one of the side characters, I know I'm being vague on purpose, but writing that scene where something happens might just tip me over the edge. So I've been waiting until now, because I had some holiday booked. I've been waiting until now to, just get into the comfort and safety of home on my own, so I can bawl my little eyes out if I need to. But I think that is where we're at. I do have a couple of vintage parcels that I need to send out at some point. I don't need to send them out today, but I want to send them out today because then they're done, and we might go for a little wander, because it's not too bad, but I haven't been outside yet. So the plan for today is, I'll write my to-do list in a minute, because I can actually do that when I'm off. But the plan for today is definitely just to type up what I've got written, see if the muses are still with me to write a little bit more. I have a daily word count of 1,000 words, but it would be nice today because I have the time to see if I can get a little bit more in. Everything is set for the end of the month release for Witches and Wolves anyway, so I don't need to do anything for that. And I did start a new cross stitch, so that's fun. But yes, we will have coffee, we will set up, and I don't know if I want breakfast or not, but we will cross that bridge when we come. So it's now 11:15. I've done 2 chapters. The stuff I'd written at work did end up translating into 2, and I have just written that point. I didn't cry, but I am very emotional. So I'm going to take a little break from the screen. I'm going to send that Vinted parcel, and then I'm going to take a wander up to, well, to be fair, I'll see what the weather's like. I might just get the bus to the shop and grab some lunch and some emotional support snacks, because that was the midpoint. I've officially, no, not the midpoint, sorry, the climax of Act 2-3. The big guns and fireworks and emotions and yes moment. I've just hit that. So now we're just wrapping. We're going to start. My midpoint is quite a big chunk on my outline, so I'm just going to work through that. And then we're nearly finished this draft. I don't know exactly how long it is because I've just turned the laptop off. But I see the end at the light of the light at the end of this tunnel. There we go. And then I don't know what I'm going to work on next. So, but one step at a time. We will finish. We will get a parcel sent. We will get some food because I still haven't had any breakfast and it's closer to lunchtime now. Oops. And then we will come back and write. At some point I will show you my new cross stitch, because if you know anything about me, it is perfect. But yes, we will do that and then I will come back to you. It is still Friday, it's about 2 o'clock. I've had my lunch. I had a lovely sort of build your own salad thing from Morrison's with some chicken and some olives, and I'm in the hoodie because I slopped. You know that nice white Nightmare Before Christmas hoodie I was wearing in the last clip? It's covered in beetroot, so hopefully we can get that stain out. So we're in a nice, just as cozy Nightmare Before Christmas hoodie. And I'm just about to start sort of my afternoon session. I've got some pop just here. I've got some iced coffee in the fridge for when I need it, and I have some snacks in the form of some cream cakes and some fizzy pop. Nope, not fizzy pop, some chocolate. And I said I would show you this as well. This is my new cross stitch. I don't think I'm doing a very good job of showing you what it is, and you probably won't be able to tell, but I'll give you a hint. This red sort of splotch is a dragon. No, so this is the I seem to do a thing where I associate my crafts with what book I'm writing. The Disney the Disney cross stitch is finished, and I think I sort of associated that with the 2 magic books because it's Disney is magic, and that's how long it took me to write those 2 and how long it took to do that 1 book. Cross stitch, sorry. But either way, these are just fun little creative mindful projects for me. I think think this works better for me than a journaling. So yes, I will pop this away for now and work on the next chapter of Rise of the Riders, which obviously is book 1 in my new Dragon series. And I've just hit the climax of Act 3. And if you saw me, and you would have known just before that this was an emotional scene. So I'm gearing myself up to write the fallout and to continue on with my midpoint. But not midpoint. Why do I keep calling it midpoint? It's not midpoint. Midpoint was a while ago. So we are in sort of heading into the final third, I would say. And I'm still enjoying it. I think that slow point in the story was needed for some character development to try and get things to hit the way I need to. And with that, I'm going to come back into the writing and come back to you when something happens. So it's now about 4:10 and I am calling it a day with the writing. I might dabble later on tonight, but I think I am done for now, and I'm finishing on 3,323 words, which takes the manuscript total up to 75,416. In terms of chapters, because I like my chapters to be around 1,000 words, we are sort of 2.75 further than when we started, and I am sort of at the next plot point, still very much in the climax scene, and I'm just going to spend the rest of my Friday chilling out. Oh, I was going to show you how I get on with the cross stitch, wasn't I? But to be honest, I haven't done much more. So I'll just pop you here. Please excuse all of the mess. But today is Saturday. I don't tend to write on Saturdays. It's not a hard and fast rule. If I feel like writing, I'll write. If I don't, I don't. I don't force myself on a Saturday. But that being said, I still have some work to do. So I am in the middle of a couple of vlogs that I want to get sorted, a couple of longer running projects, one of which I am up to date, if not ahead on, so I got a bit of wiggle room there, and the other is my take on the Read Over Unhaul, Shelve It or Scrap It, whatever you want to call it. I'm in the middle of episode 1, which is my big purge, unhaul, concept, prequel episode, whatever you want to call it. So that's today's plan. I'll explain this all in the video, and I don't know if this vlog is going up first or if the unhaul video is, I'm calling it Project Compile the Shelves. And I don't know if this vlog is going up first or that first episode, but basically I'm running out of space, so I'm starting the process of that, and I'll explain it all in that video, but I will come back to you when I've got something to say. But first, coffee. Okay, so it's now Monday again, ignore this, and what we're going to do today, do I put my hair up or down? I'll leave it down for now. What I've got to do today is basically just the same as Friday. I have some books to send out to from Vinted, and I want to go do some food shopping, and then we will write. I do have some chores to do in the house though as well, but for the most part we're just going to write today. I did start a new book last night though. I started reading, that is, I'm reading The Sirens by the same person who wrote Wayward, which is Amelia Hart, and this follows two sets of sisters in Australia, one in 2019, Jess and Lucy, and the other in, I wouldn't say the 1800s, but I think it's earlier than that, and they are being transported as criminals from Ireland to Australia. And it's basically a murder mystery following under two timelines. We have the Irish sisters who are being transported as criminals. They seem to have, it's not clear because I'm only like 3 or 4 chapters in, but the Irish sisters have been accused of assault and are being exiled, and Jess and Lucy, who are Australian natives as far as I can tell, Jess has escaped, she's ran away from her college on the mainland to Cumber Bay because of a sexual assault. Oh, these are pretty. I forgot I had these. These are just from a little crate. They're just little, tiny little bud vase things. But yes, we're following Jess, who woke up after sleeping with her boyfriend to find that she was strangling him. So she's dealing with the consequences of that. Just, making sure that she's not going to get in trouble. How does she deal with this? Because she didn't want to hurt the man. She just was dreaming. And I know that shouldn't be an excuse. And then we also have Lucy. No, Lucy is the sister. Lucy is the one escaping. Jess is her sister. And we haven't met Jess yet. Oh, new tea strainer. I will be using that today, I think. I'm just sorting out some Loot Crate stuff while I'm here. But yes, Lucy is a very promising young journalist. Jess is an artist. Jess escaped to this city, sort of town, a while ago, and we're discovering that about her. But it is interconnected with these two Australian sisters, with these two Irish sisters. There is an ongoing crime in this area where I think it's like 6 or 7 men have disappeared, never to be seen again. And obviously Lucy is interested in that because she is primarily she's a true crime junkie. She was studying journalism so that she could become a podcaster. Their parents are so long suffering, and because the girls have talent, but being an artist, being a crime podcaster, probably not as secure as what their parents would like. And I really like this colour. So, plan of attack. I'm telling you as if you can hold me accountable, but hey ho. So, plan of attack. Do the dishes, put some washing in, do the little shopping, drop off the items for Vinted. That's going very well. And then do some food shopping, come back and write. Sounds like a plan. Let's see if I can do it. Okay, so I've done all the jobs. I'll probably have to go and check on the laundry in a minute. But it's now 1:45 and I have writing update. So you will have to bear with me there. So today I've written 1,355 words since probably about lunchtime, 12-ish. So that's 1,355 in just under 2 hours ish. And it's going very well. I'm still not sure what caused my little blip, but because there was a point where I didn't know where I was going with the story, but I think having the outline, as brief and basic as it is, did help me get the story back on track, despite having an extra character who wasn't meant to be as an integral part of the later half of the book as they turned out to be. So I'm having to sort of re-look at the outline in certain scenes, certain aspects. But I finished off the chapter I was working on Friday and have about 952 words of my next chapter. I don't have a rule with my chapters, but the average tends to be about 1,000 words. My longest chapter is 3,000 words, and then there's one couple that are like 2,000. Then the rest tend to be anywhere from 1,000 to probably like 1,500. So there's no rhyme or reason with my chapters. It just tends to be where I think it feels right, which tends to be that they are a little bit shorter. But I think for now, for a first draft, they are working. I can always rejig chapters in later drafts if I feel like I have to, if I feel like I need it. And so that's what I've been working on. And in my little breaks, because I can't stare at a screen forever without a break, I have been working on my cross stitch. Now, can you see? I think this, even though I am not even 1/10 of the way through, I would say, I think this has turned out neater than the Disney Castle. But if you're interested, if you are a cross stitch aficionado, I will show you the back, because I think that still looks fairly neat. But I do think it looks neater on the front this time. It's definitely easier this time. So yes, I will probably write a little bit more, and I'll take a break. But I know Taylor from Taylor Ann Writes, she has a live stream today at like 8 o'clock my time, and because I'm not at work tomorrow, I'm going to see how I feel and hopefully dive into that. And I do want to go on a cafe, have a little writing date with myself as well, but I don't think I'll go out today. I think I'm settled now. Could be tomorrow's task, I suppose. But yes, I'm enjoying writing again. I'm in the climax sort of scene section. Is it the Dark Night of the Soul? Possibly, because my main character Road does go through it, and I'm not going to say I'm finishing it this week, because I think that would be too ambitious even for me, but I'm cautiously optimistic that I will get this finished soon. She says that, and then watch her have a brilliant brain blast and end up writing the whole thing by tomorrow. I doubt that, but you know, the last time I said I wasn't expecting to finish it, I ended up finishing it on a vlog on the first day I was vlogging, so it has happened, but I don't think it'll happen this time. Yes, I will stop yapping and just get back to writing. I think Tuesday, it's the last day of my little time off from work. There's an easier way to say that, isn't there? It's Tuesday, it's my last day on holiday from work. There we go. And I have some books to send through Vinted. I'm loving Vinted at the moment, I really am. And then do you want to get some bits from the shopping centre? I said yesterday that I thought I might go on a cafe date with myself. I'm not feeling that today, and you know what? It's perfectly okay. I can just put some booktube on. At the moment, I'm really enjoying watching Ruby Granger. just put some of that on in the background and just work all day again. I didn't end up joining the live stream yesterday. I just had enough of screens by that point. I did finish a part of my hoodie that I'm knitting. I will show you that at some point, I promise. Maybe when it's finished. And I did work on the cross stitch as well as the book. I like having a visually creative or two project while I'm working on something that isn't as visual. It's still exciting, and it's still, I mean, there is still the visual aspect of it. You know, you see the numbers go up, you see what you are creating, but it's not as visually appealing or tactile as, say, a cross stitch or my knitting project. But that being said, let's just grab the books, grab a jacket because it is still cold, and then I will come back to you when I've been shopping. So it's now about 4:20. I've finished writing for the day. I might pick it up later, who knows. But I think because I'm pretty much done, I'm just cross stitching now. Can you see? I think I'm pretty much just going to chill for the rest of the afternoon and get ready to, what is that on my lip? But I think I'm just going to chill and get ready to go back to work tomorrow. You know when you have that feeling of not trepidation, but just the last day of the holiday where you don't want it to end? That's where I'm at. I like work. It's just not what I want to do. But they'll be fine. I think it's just every other time I've been off for whatever reason, something has happened when I've gone back. And I'm just wondering to see what it is this time. But I am only back for 3 days because I don't work weekends. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday I'm back. I don't work weekends anyway. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday I'm at work, and then Thursday, Friday I'm off because I put in some holidays because I'm going down to London with my mum to see Lion King, and it is also the 28th of February is also the release date for From Witches and Wolves. And I think that's it for this video, so give it a like if you like it and hit that subscribe button if you want to see this and talk about books, writing, and just whatever pops into my brain. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.